to do it, Imlay Colliery. Never thought this really existed, I thought it got demolished. Take a nice photo of this, right the way there. Ground, it possibly could have done. Let's just see if there's any more remains of this Imlay Colliery. But wow, check out that now, we've got a bit more of a better view. Right the way over there. Hello everybody, it's the Midlands Outdoors, exploring the Black Country at Barrow Hill. It's an interesting one, never been here. You've got St Mark's Church. I'll go and show you St Mark's Church in a little bit. Got an information sign what tells us about Barrow Hill. Not sure how big it is, but I know there's a lot of information behind it. So I believe there's quite a lot of wildlife over here. You've got the pensnett chase area of ancient woodland. That's quite interesting, we'll come back to that in a minute. Industrial heritage there, industrial activities including mining, quarrying and ironworks are once prevalent across the landscape, so we'll see if we can see some of those a bit later on. So you see quite a lot of industry over here. Disused quarries, you see there the rock face showing hexagonal pillars right the right there. Quarries provide geological evidence of the site's volcanic past. Do you know about the Dudley volcano? Which is quite interesting. I'll tell you a bit of information about that later. So there's quite a lot over it, so I thought it was worth to come and check out. But how cool is that? Lots of information. And you got there, the hill is made from very hard basalt and dolerite that formed 300 million years ago. From the cold molten rock of the Dudley volcano, lava and gas once spat from the vent above this magma chamber, and hot ash clouds rolled down the slopes from the crater. Most of the softer ash and rock has now eroded away, leaving these hard rocks as a proud hill. The summit, now marked by a large cross, still rises over 152 metres, 500 foot above sea level. So right, let's go and check out the first thing, which is St Mark's Church, and this one's going to be an interesting one. So here we go, quite a lot of cars parked down here, so I'm guessing it's possibly a really busy nature reserve. I mean, I can see the wildlife already. This is the start of the Barrow Hill on the corner here. Got the Russell's Hall Hospital just right away behind there. But here we are, this is St Mark's Church, and actually yesterday was the first time I ever found out there was even a church here. So right, here we are. Check out the architecture as you come right the way through. Really nice, right the way up there, as you can just see. Just a bit of patterns just on the arch where you come in. Coming through to here, I mean, check how big it really is. This is St Mark's. You can just see the crosses right the way at the top. I'm guessing right the way in there is going to be some really beautiful stained glass windows. And when you first check it out from the corner, zoom in from there, you don't really think it's a church until you notice like the windows and the crosses right the way at the top. But this has got to be really dating so old. I mean, you can just tell right away where the bell tower is. It is really dilapidated. Some of the stuff's actually fell down, like the wooden panels, bit of bricks missing. So I'm guessing the history's got a date so back on this one. So right, just coming round the corner. It's so amazing though how big this church really is. I thought it was only going to be like a very small one. Wow. Check out that from the corners. Really stunning architecture. I mean, how old the brick really is. It's different style to the other churches what I've seen. But that is really fascinating right the way there. You can just see one more pan up. You can see the wooden panel missing there. The bell tower. Wow, this has got to look so amazing inside. You can just see all these small windows dotted all the way across. So is this the entrance to get into St Mark's? Right the way here. Alright, it says here the booking office for weddings, baptisms or reading of banns. Open second Sundays of the month at 11 AM only. So that's the booking office. So let's go round. That can't be the main church entrance. I did see a car. Usually the vicar might turn up and go inside. So is this the main entrance? I have a feeling that this place is not going to be open, especially because it's in pensnett, the surrounding area at the back. I spoke to some people in churches before. The reason why they keep churches locked is because of vandalism. People come across, steal things, and if they get access into the church, that will not be so good really. See if there's anything around this corner, because you can just see 2 or 3 cars. So is this the entrance? Let's notice a big building there. So is that the vicarage? Right around the corner. That possibly could be the vicarage right there. So notice there would have been a very old light situated right on the side. But it appears, I don't think this church is even open. I will go and try that the back door. No, there isn't nothing there. So if we go and try that back door, let's see if that one actually opens up. It sadly appears not. It's making me wonder, is this church used as much as it should? Let's notice the doors. Doors are so old. Let me show you this. And you can just see there, I mean, how old the bottom of the door is. Just notice where the lock goes in. It appears like it's been panelled up right away at the back with a bit of wood. So it looks like they haven't put keys in that door for years. So where's the main entrance then? Is it the one that I went to round that side? It could be that bit there actually. It's a shame this isn't open to show you, but the outside is absolutely amazing. Really stunning, the architecture from there, but I bet you it's got to be lovely inside that church. So I was right, it's classed as pensnett. Pensnett, St Mark. Pensnett lies in the heart of the Black Country between Dudley and Kings Winford. St Mark's is a larger cruciform church completed in 1849. I thought it did date really old, telling by the architecture, and known locally as the Cathedral of the Black Country. I mean, just see there how it says the Cathedral of the Black Country, because I mean how high up it is. I mean, I bet you inside there's a big massive like view going all the way down to the back windows. I bet it's stunning. Pictures on for you now so you can just see what the inside of the church looks like from the internet, which is really quite cool. The architects were John Macduff, Derrick and Lewis Stride. A spire for the southwest tower was never built. There is a spacious interior what was modernised in 2006 to include meeting rooms and facilities. Pensnett was in Staffordshire until amalgamation with Dudley in 1966. The parish was transferred from the Diocese of Lichfield to the Diocese of Worcester in 1994. The church is usually open on Saturday mornings, oh that's a shame, and on Wednesday during term time. So if we can come back here, we'll do a small video on this church. We will probably do a revisit to show you what it possibly does look like within the church from our point of view. So there we go, that's St Mark's. Really beautiful. So let's go and head over to Barrow Hill now, and also show you around the rest of the church from cinematics. So right, absolutely stunning architecture. I mean, one more time coming through the front archway to go out now. I think Barrow Hill we've got to take this way and carry straight up. Let's go see what's up here. I mean, it is a real shame when you come to places when you notice this just on your entrance, just to come right into somewhere. A lot of fly tipping on the corner here. An absolute shame why this really does go on. So I think we'll take this way actually. It says there on the corner, got the sign, Barrow Hill Nature Reserve, just right the way there. There is a stile here, but where's that even leading to? A very old stile that once would have led all the way down, but now overgrown. Check out that. That's old, that is. So right, here we go. And what I find fascinating about this place is the Dudley volcano. You imagine millions of years ago when that volcano was really active. It's been so interesting to see what it really did look like back in those early days with the volcanoes. But it was so cool, all the action, what was happening. What I found interesting on the internet is this cross right the way at the top. You can see that cross peeking right the way out. Let's go and check out that. And I believe there is a little bit of a view once more at the same time. Right, this is really steep up. Check how steep that is. Just walking right the way up. Got some steps there, but I'm cheating by taking just the slope up without walking up them. Oh, nice view up here. We've got Russell's Law Hospital. You can just see right around the back. You've got the stack for Russell's Law. You can just see the hospital just appearing right around the corner, right the way there. A view of the back of Pensnett down in the dip. There's a lot of industry right around the distance. I could just see stacks sticking up right over there for factories. Got smoke coming out of a factory. Right the way in the distance, you can just see the Malverns. Right the way there. It won't be visible on my camera because it is quite hazy. But what else I've noticed is a church, and there's a lot of flats right the way at the back, just onto the corner there. Quite interesting view, really cool. So I do know nearby, with all the mining activity here, you've got Baggeridge further way at the back. You had the Pensnett Railway, which served the collieries many years ago. That's somewhere at the back once more. But yeah, let's get to the top of the cross up to here. But you can just see the higher I get up, oh wow, you can actually see Turner's Hill. You wouldn't believe Turner's Hill does look that close from here, but it is a bit of a range. Right the way there. Nice view of the Black Country from here. You can even see Dudley once more. See a park in the distance. You've got the church up in Dudley and a few flats. But what a view. One more pan around, and I think there is a lot of rain coming because it did say you can have showers today. See all the lines coming down, so that's possibly coming this way. Let's see how much we can film without evading the rain. So I could imagine there's probably a lot of collieries over here because you can tell how steep the hills are. So I imagine there's quite a lot of coal slopes. And you see how steep this really does go up. Where the volcano was onto here, I have no idea. We'll probably see evidence of that later. Because usually you'll see quite a lot of brick walls, a lot of brick. So whether it's just all overgrown and it's over years, or the nature's taken back on top of it. But right the way here, check out this. So here we are, this is the cross. Wow. nice view. I mean, just check over this way, we can just see the far end of the Barrow Hill itself. Right the way there, got a farm in the distance. Absolutely beautiful. You can even see, believe it or not, Baggeridge. Baggeridge is right the way there. There's a stack sticking right the way out in the distance. There's Baggeridge. Wouldn't think you'd see it from this far. I believe over that way you've got back a lot of Sedgley and Dudley over that way. Really cool. So right, what a view. Didn't expect it to see like from this angle, but there's so much wildlife, you just see it right away in the distances. So there is a bit of information behind the Dudley volcano, so I thought I'll tell you about this while we're at the top here. So about 350 million years ago, the area where Dudley now stands lays at the southern edge of the vast tropical river delta swamp that stretched as far north of what is now southern Scotland. Resembling today's Mississippi Delta, the sediments deposited in the swamps formed the coal measures that fueled the Industrial Revolution. Earth movements uplifted land to the south and the swamps gave way to a well-drained floodplain. During this new phase, Etruria Marl was formed, the clays of which are very important locally for brick making. Oh well. Faulting in the Earth's crust allowed magma to intrude the buried sediments at Barrow Hill. Surges of ash lava erupted from a volcano similar to those in Iceland today. So wow, that is really quite cool. So is this really why Barrow Hill is actually quite tall up? So that does really make sense. You see the views. So what we're on right now, possibly many years ago, was that volcano. It might not have been as big as what we think it would have been, but imagine the activity, what have happened here over the years to form these big slopes. It makes you wonder how all these hills in the distances really took shape, like the Malverns, like right around the distance over there. It's really quite cool when you think about it. So there is lots to learn scientific wise. So conifers growing on the slopes of the volcano were buried by a gentle but rapid ash deposit that preserved them into situ. The heat charred the outer bark, but the internal structure has been well preserved, making them the oldest three-dimensional conifers yet discovered in the world. Some of these fossils can be seen at the Dudley Museum and Art Gallery. Might go and check that out. So erosion of the softer rocks that covered the volcano's magma chamber has left a much harder dolerite standing proud as the hill we see today. So you just see right the way here. Although relatively small, the outcrop was quarried for roadstone in the 19th century, so much of it was taken back by quarrying, mining. Because, you know, imagine under this ground there is a rich source of coal. That's why the Black Country is really popular for coal mining. A lot of places, and I know with places like Baggeridge just over there, they had to dig thousands of feet underground to reach the coal source. So some places the coal was short down the ground, where some of it was really deep down from many years ago. As a local nature reserve, Barrow Hill's future is more certain. In managing it, the challenge is to ensure that the wilderness quality that makes it much an attractive site is retained, whilst at the same time there is a proper provision for access for people to this present green space. So you can see there, I've just come from the Russell's Hall Hospital to come onto this land. So it's very accessible, so you can park by St Mark's Church, come on. Beautiful site, beautiful views right the way in the distance, so it's nice to sit here on a nice summer's day with your camera, or what would be fantastic once more, imagine drone footage from this angle, from the cross going that way. I haven't brought it with me today because it was supposed to rain all day, so it isn't raining at the minute, but I think it's due any moment, so we'll carry on. But what I want to show you is this side-by-side map, the National Library of Scotland map images, and this will basically tell us what was here many years ago just onto the land. Just seeing the screenshot, Barrow Hill, an old quarry, and just zooming in, it says there Flagstaff, whatever that is. Going to another area, we can just see old air shafts on the corner going all the way around, old clay pits right the way there, and we've got coal shafts just further on, gravel pits. There's quite a lot of industry over here. Another coal shaft, a rifle range, which is really quite interesting. There's so many coal shafts going that way. I know a lot of the coal field was over by Baggeridge in this surrounding area, which is really quite cool. So there we go. I mean, there's even more Lots of history here. So there we go, a lot of collieries over here. But what we're going to do now is go and have a walk down. Let's go and check out Barrow Hill. Yeah, there's a lot of police tape, so something must have happened in this spot. Right the way there, you can see it right here. Just noticed there's even a lot of it just at the back up there, Crime Stoppers. And I noticed with this place, I've just noticed coming down, the amount of litter and rubbish what I've seen coming up that slope is crazy. There's quite a lot of litter being thrown over here. Don't think this place is really as well maintained as what I thought it would be. I mean, what you can just see, I mean, a lot of this is really overgrown. And I don't know which way the paths really are because of this. And I think we'll just go that way. So right, that is really quite cool though to see the cross just peeking right away from the trees. Check out that. Right, let's go this way and see where this even leads to. But I really didn't expect it to be this muddy over here. Right, let's try and get across this. I have to spread my legs apart. There we go. So another good reason to show you this is to see if this place is really kind of for you to check out. I know by doing these videos people find new places to walk. Wow, what is this down there? It's a massive dip. This goes right the way down. And I know there's quite a lot of where coal mines used to be, so that could be a big dip down there. Right, it's brought us out down here now. So, right, let's keep going down that path and see where this leads to. Right, pray my luck I even make it down, guys. Look how steep this is. I'm have to carefully look at the angle of that compared down to the floor. It's so steep. I mean, how muddy it is, you have to be so careful. Right. Wow. And then he went slipping then. Right. I think you're gonna, if you ever do come here, put a decent pair of footwear on. I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought it would have been concreted over. Wow. This isn't very safe.